and gentlemen, Jon Moxley!
Wow. There he is. Wow. Looking lean and mean, fellas.
Washington, D.C. was the home of the very first episode of AEW Dynamite. And how great is it to be back in our nation's capital for the return of this man? The last time we saw Jon Moxley was October 27th of last year. And you know that this man, the purveyor of violence, has got a lot to say.
It was a little while ago, I fell asleep on a plane. We landed, I don't even know what city it was in. And when we hit the ground, I woke up out of a dream. It was a bad dream. And I don't remember everything about it, but I remember I was on the side of the road, and I was on my hands and knees in the dirt. My face is bruised and cut up, and there's a black cloud hanging over me. A demon. Kind of demon that follows you around your whole life. Kind of demon that follows you around for years. These demons come in all shapes and sizes for everybody. And this cloud, he's laughing at me. He says, you, everything that you are, everything you become, everything you have in your life is good. None of that was supposed to happen. None of that belongs to you. Where do you get off thinking you were going to make out with all that? And the cloud, this demon, he asked me, he says, do you really think you were gonna make it out? The nerve of you, did you really think you were gonna make it out? And I woke up before I had a chance to answer him. Nobody gets through life unscathed. We all carry scars. I have more scars on my body than the average person, but those aren't important. The important ones are the scars we carry on the inside that are harder to see. And sometimes we try and cover up these scars. Sometimes we try to pretend these scars aren't there. But those are the scars that we should be proud of. Those are the scars that tell our story. Those are the scars that give us strength. Those are the scars that make us the people we are. Well, nobody's perfect, all right? If everybody was perfect, the world would be a very boring place. So nobody, no matter who you are, should be afraid to stand up in front of the whole world and bear it all. Everything that makes you the person that you are, scars and all, and say, hey, this is me. That being said, I'm sure there are plenty of people somewhere around the world. I'm sure there are plenty of people who want to write me off. I'm sure there are plenty of people who doubt me, and you know what? It won't be the first time, it won't be the last time, but if you want to write me off now, if you want to doubt me, you go ahead and say whatever you want to say. You go ahead and think whatever you want to think. I'll tell you the same thing I would have told that black demon, that cloud hanging over me in my dream. You can take all that shit and shove it right up your ass! I don't run from demons, I just beat the shit out of them. And for everybody in this building, and for everybody all around the world that's had my back, that supported me through thick and thin, thank you. And buckle up and get ready, because we're going on a ride, baby, in the year of 2022. I am going on a pilgrimage. I'm gonna grab the world of professional wrestling by the balls and do whatever the hell I want, because now, more than ever, more than anybody in this business, I am truly free. I'll tell you this, I've been to hell. I wouldn't recommend it, but it is very, very liberating. There is no hell that can be put upon me in this ring that I haven't been through, and worse. So if there's anybody in AEW, anybody all around the world that thinks they can put me through more hell than I've already been through, know this. I'm thirsty. You thought I was dangerous before. Shit. These days, all I drink is blood!
Wow. Tremendous honesty. motivated Mox.
And how great is it to have that man, Jon Moxley, back here in All Elite Wrestling.
Oh boy.
Ethan Page.
Oh my God.
Up on the middle rope.
Bad deal here for Mox.
Wow, there you go.
Avalanche power slam. And Jon Moxley's in serious trouble here tonight.
He's ripe for the picking. If Ethan Page could cover him, he might get this upset win right here.
Ethan Page covers. No, Moxley. A crucifix. Ethan Page. Oh, look at this.
Elbows to the face. Look at that. That's the Moxley that I know.
Big elbows to the side of the jaw. And now Moxley.
Oh, knees to the face. Look at him.
Those knees to the top of the head. He's got the bulldog choke locked in.
Yeah, bulldog choke is locked. He's got to tap out. He's got to tap out
This
here.
could be it.
Ethan Page fades. He's out. He's out.
He's out. He's out. Mox is out.
Moxley.
That's how fast it happens. That don't have to be on hold. That hold is a blood choke. It will choke you out quick.
And you saw Ethan Page. He was looking around like, what just happened? What just happened?
He's in a daze. He can't believe it.
Is Jon Moxley
Ethan Page wishes he had that 5 seconds back. I'll tell you that, Excalibur.
victorious? Moxley in his return to action in All Elite Wrestling.
I'm very impressed. What the? Whoa, wait a second.
Wow.
Bryan Danielson.
No.
Bryan Danielson, a very interested observer, seemingly, and the return to action of Jon Moxley.
Well, we haven't seen Danielson like forever. He's right there staring a hole right through Mox.
Look at Max Caster with Aubrey Edwards' attention diverted. Bowens grabs the boombox, but
Not even trying to hide it.
Oh, Aubrey does the right thing. She's so rude. God.
oh, but
Look at this.
the chain was
Turn around, you idiot.
Chain was passed to Bowens, and but Moxley!
Look at that.
Damn!
The MOX.
What a cutter! And Moxley sent Caster to the outside, standing switch. Moxley,
Schoolboy.
roll up, 2, no!
Mox on a roll here.
Boom! The King Kong lariat!
Gotta be over.
Shades of Stan Hansen right
You
there.
are not kidding. What a shot.
And Moxley, the double underhook, paradigm shift! He floats over, the cover!
He's got him. That's it.
Winner of this match, Jon Moxley.
Do you see Moxley still clutching that left arm from all of that action on the floor? However, Moxley able to persevere through and come away with a victory over an uber-talented Anthony Bowens.
Oh, he was in a fight, guys. Moxley was in a damn fight. Great action by both men. What a fight it was. Mox gets the win.
Oh, look at
Wow,
this.
look who's keeping an eye on the proceedings here.
Bryan Danielson, yeah.
American Dragon, yeah, Bryan Danielson. We saw him last week on Rampage. Now once again.
Wow. Oh, look at this.
89.
Moxley antagonized. He's not going to beat Wheeler Yuta by scratching him, but he can aggravate the hell out of him.
Yuta, headbutt. That one caught Moxley right above the eyebrow. And Yuta coming off the top, lands on his feet, rolls through. Another drop kick takes Moxley off his feet.
Wheeler Yuta's wrestling a very solid match here tonight.
You're right. He's having a good night.
Manhattan drop, step up, and Zigiri. Yuta stringing together a good combination. The splash in the corner. This is very different from their first meeting a few months ago. Wheeler Yuta. You say the biggest challenge of his AEW career.
Jon Moxley sporting some fresh battle wounds from a previous war, coming in here like he's still in it. Wheeler Yuta's in trouble.
Wheeler Yuta just walking into the buzzsaw. Jon Moxley laying in right hands.
Man, look at Moxley intimidate Bryce Grimsberg.
Moxley, Wheeler Yuta up the paradigm shift.
Wheeler Yuta very highly regarded, but not tonight.
Winner of this match, Jon Moxley.
Well, you don't want to get in this guy's way.
And just as he came in, he heads out to the apron. Ooh,
Wow, they both tried the same thing.
Yuta got off first.
Yeah, Wheeler was a little quicker. on that exchange.
Look at this.
Those headbutts. There's every part of Moxley's anatomy is a weapon.
Oh! That was a DDT on the apron.
Moxley just spiking Wheeler Yuta.
As we documented, that apron is not overly padded, shall we say. Very dangerous area.
Moxley is...
Oh, Wheeler Yuta!
Little distraction there.
It surprised Moxley.
German suplex.
All right.
We got upset in the making here.
Great bridge by Wheeler Yuta on that German.
He hangs onto the waist lock, but Moxley with the switch. Yuta rolls through. He's got Moxley pinned.
Shoulders are down there. Moxley able to kick out.
Bypass sends it. Oh, Moxley with a cutter.
Man, Moxley is in great shape. He's looked better than ever right now. Yuta's wrestling a hell of a match.
Double underhooking. He's going for paradigm shift. Yuta, he caught the lariat and just plants Moxley. Yuta, instead of going for the pin, goes to the top.
He's dependent upon going to the top rope, hitting something big.
Oh, and he
just did. So now covering.
Diving
leg.
Flash. Whoa!
It'll take more than that, Tony, to pin Jon Moxley. He just willed his way off the canvas.
Wheeler Yuta still being very aggressive, not at least attempting to keep Moxley down. But Moxley just damned and determined to stand up.
Oh!
And then paintbrushing.
An open-handed shot across the jaw. Lariat once again. Yuta. The Cazadora. Oh, Moxley! Right into the sleeper hold. Yuta trying to fight, trying to get his hands in between Moxley, but King Kong lariat.
And roll that thing up. A la the old
look at this.
Hanson or Brody.
Moxley with those hammer and anvil elbows. And now he's got Yuta set up. Paradigm shift.
Well, that's all she wrote, guys.
Gotta be it, right?
Now winner of this match, Jon Moxley.
Well, that's one thing. Let's make one thing perfectly clear. Wheeler Yuta made a great showing for himself here tonight.
Look at what we have here.
This is most interesting. Maybe a dream match for a lot of folks. Certainly would be for me.
If Moxley's spoiling for a fight, he may not have to wait long. It seems like those hammer and anvil elbows, Moxley realized that Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon, has taken an outsized interest in Moxley since his return to action here.
Do you guys want to see us fight?
Yes. That's what I got to be honest about.
You know, for a long time, I wanted to see us fight too. Because you were different. I wanted to see what you had. But since you've come back, we've seen a new Jon Moxley. Everybody, give it up for Jon Moxley. And you see, deep inside of me, there's always been a part of me that wanted to test you. Because I saw you from where I was before. I was watching you. I was watching you as the AEW World Champion. And I don't care what anybody says, you were the best AEW World Champion. And that's when I realized that Jon Moxley and Bryan Danielson shouldn't be fighting. We should be fighting together.
Wow. How about that?
Not a bad idea.
You see, here's the deal. Here's the deal. And I know everybody here loves AEW. I get it, right? I get it. But there is no reason why some millennial cowboy should be the AEW World Champion. There is no reason why somebody dressed as a dinosaur should be an AEW World Tag Team Champion. There is no reason why somebody whose main contribution to society is creating a vlog should be the TNT champion. Listen, Mox, together, you and me, we could run this place. Whatever we wanted. If you wanted to be AEW World Champion, you can be AEW World Champion with me. If we wanted to be AEW World Tag Team Champions, we could be AEW World Champions together. If we wanted to take some of these young guys, somebody like Wheeler Yuta, you see, he's coming out here with jokes. He's coming out here with Orange Cassidy, with Danhausen. What if we took somebody like Wheeler Yuta under our wings? What if we took somebody like Daniel Garcia away from 2.0 and we mentored him? What if we took somebody like Lee Moriarty instead of him being around Matt Sydal and Dante Martin with his high-flying bull crap? What if we took him under our wings? And we trained the future of professional wrestling together. You see, even if they don't like me, they like what I'm talking about right now. So, John, I know this is a lot to put on your plate right now. So you don't have to answer right now. I just want you to think about it. I want you to think about the possibilities. I want you to think about all the positive things we can do. I want you to think about the greatness that we can create and the legacy that you want to leave.
Provocative dialogue, to say the least.
Man extending his hand. You know, Accelerator makes a lot of sense. I
imagine a world where Jon Moxley and Bryan Danielson are a tag team.
I know that's a lot of pressure. Why don't you think about it?
You know, I know what people want. People want me to be bothered. They want me to be a little bit perturbed. They think that Jon Moxley turned down my offer, but no, Jon Moxley just likes to fight. And here's the thing, my offer and CM Punk's offer are two entirely different things. I want a long-term relationship to help build AEW. And what Moxley got with CM Punk on Wednesday was just a one-night stand.
Okay, well,
Hey,
wait a minute.
excuse me, guys. Sorry to interrupt your wonderful episode of Love Line with Tony Schiavone, but Brian, last week, I'm bothered by what you said, that Lee Moriarty should abandon my mentorship.
Wait, I hope that you're not misinterpreting me. I have an infinite amount of respect for you, Matt. You're a tremendous wrestler, excellent talent, I'm sure an excellent coach.
We can be better together.
But what Lee needs, you can't teach him. He needs to learn violence.
Hey, hold on. I don't need y'all standing around talking about me like I'm not right here. You want to see violence? I can show you violence.
You see, that's what I wanted to see. Somebody to step up. Show me how much violence you've got inside you when I face you Wednesday on Dynamite.
He's got the crossface with the arm captured. Danielson is reaching for that bottom rope. He's trying to make the crawl.
Danielson said he wanted him to step up. He wanted to see him step up, and he's doing it right now.
Oh, roll up here. What a counter, but wait a second. Shoulder capture suplex.
Whoa. Did you see the look on the face as we're kind of seeing now of this man, Bryan Danielson? He changed his expression to one of very unsettling in my eyes.
Yeah, something very sinister in mind. Lee Moriarty. Oh, psycho knee! And Danielson, he's just waved off. He waved off to the ref.
It's almost as if Bryan goes into somewhere else. He's here physically, but I'm not so sure about him mentally. I'm serious.
Now with the wrist of Moriarty.
Moriarty was out from that one, Excalibur. This is senseless.
And now just the
And you know, the irony is that the flat of the foot is legal.
And Danielson transitions into the triangle sleeper.
And I think he's out.
Moriarty is out already. Rick Knox calls for the belt. Danielson scores the win.
Look at that arrogant cover. Double bicep pose. That's very Bryan Danielson-like, in my estimation.
Danielson.
But he is a bad
Came out here to teach Lee Moriarty a thing or two about violence. And I want to know, did he pass? Or did he fail? And that's why I don't trust the American public with anything. That said, that's not the reason I grabbed the microphone. I asked Jon Moxley to team up with me to create a whole new AEW to teach young wrestlers like Lee Moriarty about violence. And Jon Moxley, I want an answer.
Little over a decade ago, I was a lot like that Lee Moriarty kid. I was a lot like a lot of the kids in the AEW locker room. I was young, I was angry, I was poor, I had nothing to lose, and I took a shot at taking down the great American Dragon, Bryan Danielson.
I call you the king of independent wrestling. It's fine, you can have it. You know, while we're at it, aren't we all such big freaking stars? I'm gonna carry this bag all around all the time with all this gold, all these accolades, all these belts, and they don't mean dick. And while we're at it, these promoters, all this money you're giving me, all of a sudden, you know what? It doesn't mean dick to me. I don't want it. What I want is Bryan Danielson's head on a stick. When the night comes to a close on September 26th, you're going to have to ask yourself, am I the best wrestler in the world? I'm not going to tell you that you're not. I'm going to let you ask yourself that question at the end of the night. And only me and you are going to know the answer. You can have King of the Independents. Take it. So I want something more. I want something that's just between me and you.
We're at a little indie show in Chillicothe, Ohio. You were late. Your flight was delayed because of the weather. So they sent Tracy Smothers out to the ring to vamp with the audience for about 45 minutes. And so finally I went to the ring, and then you pulled up in the back of the building, already in your wrestling gear, and you got out of the car, and you walked through the kitchen to the ring, stepped through the ropes. It's the first time we met, and I stood face to face, eye to eye, with the man they called the best wrestler in the world. And I gave everything I had. That night I went balls out. I fought tooth and nail, but I came up short. But getting a taste of the best just made me meaner, just made me angrier, just made me want it more. And over the years, I had more shots at Bryan Danielson. And every single time, I came up short. In fact, I have never beaten Bryan Danielson. It's true. So when you showed up in AEW, everyone else was scared. Everyone else was intimidated by the greatest wrestler that ever lived, but I was excited. Finally, I would get a chance to put the one head on my wall I've never got to put up there. I would get a chance to slay the one dragon I could never slay. No pun intended, the American Dragon. But as it turns out, Bryan Danielson doesn't want to fight me. Bryan Danielson wants to join forces with me. And I was listening to you a couple weeks ago. I listened to every single thing you said. I'm not gonna lie, I got to thinking how awesome it could be. All the arms we could snap, all the skulls we could cave in, we could create a dream team, a dynasty of unmitigated, pure wrestling violence. And then I got to thinking, just like you were saying, not just about the destruction we could cause, but about what we could create. The young guys we could take along with us, giving something back to this business, giving something back to AEW, the legacy we could leave. And I'm not gonna lie, no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't think of one good reason to say no. But then I got to wonder, and I wonder maybe it's the only reason Bryan Danielson wants to stand side by side with me, because he doesn't want to find himself in the one place nobody in AEW wants to find themselves, standing across the ring from Jon Moxley. Because he knows I would do to him what I've done to everybody else they've put in front of me for the last 3 years. And if that's the case, well, then I've already beaten Bryan Danielson. So which is it? Does Bryan Danielson want to be my partner because of what we could create? Or because he doesn't want to get destroyed? Let's find out. I'll leave it up to you, Bryan. I'm not saying yes, but I'm not saying no. I'll leave it up to you. Bryan, I am not that young kid from a decade ago, and seeing as how, for all intents and purposes, we are meeting each other for the very first time here in AEW in 2022, I'll tell you this. I don't stand side by side with nobody till I bleed with them first.
Danielson took a moment to collect himself. He kept on the attack and just a palm across the jaw of Garcia. Rolling elbow strike. Garcia, returns fire. Picks the ankle dragon screw. No, Danielson.
He squatted down. He went low.
And now the foot stomping right in the face of Daniel Garcia. You want to see violence and aggression? You got some right here.
And the triangle sleeper is in, and Garcia goes out.
And
Bryan Danielson said he was going to bring it, Tony.
Well,
he damn sure brought it tonight.
The American Dragon, Bryan Danielson.
Yeah, and I tell you, Garcia did. I'm telling you again, next week in Jacksonville, as we head towards Revolution, it's going to be quite a night at Daly's place. Quite a night back home. I know it's your home, JR.
I'm looking forward to it. Short trip.
Garcia, that was exactly what I wanted to see. Was Garcia violent enough?
Oh, look at this, 2.0. Jeff Parker and Matt Lee.
Well, you know what? He talked about them during the interview that they did not train him well enough, and they took it to heart.
There's some mugging here in the ring. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. The roof's coming off the building.
They're looking everywhere. They can't find him.
That 2.0, they know all too well that Moxley can come from just about anywhere.
The blue-eyed battler's coming to get him some here tonight in Bridgeport, Connecticut.
And Moxley charging into the fray.
Moxley fighting for his life.
Sends Matt Lee over the top. And Jeff Parker once again getting a flashback in the Tag Team Battle Royale.
Oh, God, I love it.
Oh, Garcia was gonna smash Moxley with that chair. Oh, but instead Garcia's gonna get a paradigm shift for his
big
drop.
Time, big league. Case closed. Said the late great Ernie Ladd. Case closed. this one is over.
Is it giving him his answer here? Is this his answer he was asking for?
Oh, I don't know what to expect anymore. Unbelievable pro wrestling television broadcast here tonight.
Listen to this crowd. Listen to the reception for Jon Moxley.
So, in order for us to fight together, we need to bleed together. I don't need this to make anybody bleed. You want a match at Revolution? You got it!
What? Bring it! Let's see it!
But don't be surprised if you're the only person bleeding.
I highly doubt that.
Christopher Daniels looking for iconoclasm once again, but Bryan Danielson, wow, grabbing at the nose. Now Daniels following Danielson up to the top.
He rocked him on that blow.
He sure as hell did, Tony.
Christopher Daniels, maybe thinking top rope work on Rana. No!
Boy, that was, you can see that one a mile away.
What a counter!
Especially if you're Bryan Danielson. And look at this counter.
Yeah, and Christopher Daniels can see that one a mile away too, JR.
Yeah,
he's looking for the best moonsault ever!
Oh,
no! The
knees
counter!
up.
Into the triangle sleeper! Bryan Danielson anticipated it, and he's putting Christopher Daniels to sleep!
The pain and torture coming.
He's trying to get to the ropes. He's trying his best to get to the ropes.
Look at those elbows. The point of the elbow right to the skull, and the referee stops it.
It's out.
And look at this, Bryan Danielson once again hanging on after the bell.
Hell of an effort by both men. Great match, no doubt about that.
There is your winner.
But boy,
the
that
American
almost
Bryan
side.
Danielson.
Bryan Danielson being exposed again here tonight, and one can only wonder how physical it will get on Sunday night on pay-per-view with Bryan and Jon Moxley.
It's 20 years since the first Ring of Honor show. Christopher Daniels and I were in the main event. And at that time, we started matches with a handshake, and we ended matches with a handshake. Let's hear it for Christopher Daniels. But here's the thing. I'm not in Ring of Honor. I'm in AEW. And it's time to kick somebody's head in.
Wait, no, come on.
He cannot do this.
You gotta use better judgment.
What is he trying to prove here? What the hell is he trying to prove?
He already put Christopher Daniels to sleep, completely unnecessary by Bryan Danielson.
Jon Moxley! On Sunday at Revolution, the head that's gonna be stomped in is yours.
I can see that the American Dragon Bryan Danielson is better than ever. And I can see that Bryan Danielson is more violent than ever. But you got it wrong, my friend. There is two paths I can walk right now. I'm at what they call a crossroads. And which path I take will determine my future. See, you think I'm gonna end up walking this path. Down this path, I get my head kicked in on Sunday, and I fade into oblivion, never to be heard from again. But that ain't what's gonna happen. That ain't what's gonna happen by a long shot. I choose to walk another path. Through sheer force of will, refusal to die, I will walk this path through fire, through bullets, and through you. Because at the end of this path, is something that looked impossible not too long ago. At the end of this path, I beat the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. The story of Jon Moxley is just starting. It's just beginning. And I write the first chapter on Sunday, a chapter that's gonna be written in blood. Hey, since you want to come out here talking about what you're gonna do to me, how you're gonna kick my head in, talking about what you're gonna do to me, there's like 1 million people watching on TV, Brian. There's thousands of people here right now. You wanna prove me wrong? You wanna prove me wrong? Take your shot!
Wow. Man, you can feel the tension in the air. So can every fan here. Moxley's like a psycho.
He's always ready to fight.
Sunday, these two men.
May not be.
Uh-oh.
He may get some now.
Danielson squaring up to Moxley and
all right, okay. Look at the hand.
Yeah, that was the hand that was clasped across the face of Moxley.
What was Danielson doing? What was he talking to himself?
Oh, look at that, Jon Moxley. He picked the ankle of Bryan Danielson. Now both men just firing in kicks.
My God, what a fight!
The longer legs of Jon Moxley coming into play here.
Yeah, you're right.
And those thick-soled boots as well. And Moxley now with Danielson. And oh, look at this!
Stomping away at the side of his head like Danielson owed him money.
Moxley looking for the Bulldog choke. It's locked in.
That could do it. We've seen this one take him to the pay window on more than one occasion.
He's convulsing, but he's fighting. Oh, he rolls up Moxley. No. Moxley, he lost the grip across the throat. Instead, Danielson now. Shoulder capture, suplex.
Yeah.
Moxley! Oh!
Moxley was folded up like an accordion. Just pissed him off.
Psycho knee! 1, 2, no!
There's a lot of young wrestlers, if they're watching this, who say, I don't know if I really want to be a wrestler. It looks like everything hurts. And you know what? You're right.
Yeah, man, but these guys were well-trained.
Oh, the triangle sleeper is locked in. This combined with the blood loss for Jon Moxley. Moxley is fading. Danielson now, the point of the elbow.
Moxley, maybe mentally, would never be the same if he loses via submission. I don't know how the man
Tongue of his boot underneath his kneecap.
Measured right hands. Right to the forehead.
Oh, man, right to the eye socket, Jim.
Well, he's all over the face.
Yeah, he is.
And Moxley, though, rolls through into the ropes. He's got Danielson pinned.
He got it. Moxley got it. Danielson can't believe it. He got caught with his pants down, the wild thing.
Jon Moxley.
Wow, we need to see that again, man.
Danielson didn't want to relinquish the grip.
On the triangle. It takes 3 seconds to win or lose.
Oh, and Danielson once again returned to the body.
They're not done.
They're going to fight until midnight.
And the referee corps headed out trying to separate these two gladiators.
And security. Man, Moxley is irate.
And
There's William Regal.
William Regal! Oh my God!
What an ovation for Regal.
And Regal's such an important mentor for both of these men. And he's trying to talk sense into these.
What in the hell is going on here?
Regal trying to restrain Moxley.
Good God, from the left side of town. And a headbutt. What is...
And maybe that got through to Moxley.
I am absolutely stunned.
Oh!
Wow!
Look at the eyes of...
Regal telling both of them, I taught you better than that.
The eyes of Danielson when Regal slapped him.
Regal seems to be trying to maybe negotiate a peace treaty. That's my assumption.
This is an absolute stunning moment. Look at the eyes of Regal.
Have we just seen a new tag team form? They bled together, they fought together, and now will they team forget together?
I'll tell you what, I know what we did see. We saw one hell of a match.
Wow. One hell of a victory for Jon Moxley. But something tells me the story is far from over. Especially when you add Regal to the mix.
I am freaking stunned.
Brings Henry up, turns him inside out. Lateral press. Oh, just a 1 count. Anthony Henry showing some fight.
And so is Jon Moxley, the blue-eyed battler, loves to fight. I'm intrigued by where this team might go. Obviously, one would assume that if they're going to be a team on a regular basis, they're going to want to be the tag team champions at some point.
Nice drop kick off the top by Henry. He's going to make the crawl tags in JD Drake.
Hey, don't discount JD Drake's toughness. As we said earlier, we've seen him on many occasions. He's not someone to take lightly.
Absolutely. Oh! Jon Moxley open-handed slap on the ear of Drake. Drake sends Moxley in, but Moxley comes back. What a lariat. Back elbow takes Anthony Henry off the apron. Jon Moxley. Oh! The tope con hero. Danielson for Psycho knee just dropped JD Drake. And Moxley.
Outside.
Paradigm shift on the floor. And Bryan Danielson, he's got a very dazed JD Drake in his grip.
With the fly of the foot. All legal. The fly of the foot is legal.
And he is kicking the head in now. Transitions into the label lock. And JD Drake forced to tap out.
And William Regal approves.
Here are your winners, the team of Jon Moxley and Bryan Danielson.
For 2 months, I've sat at home and I completely and utterly checked out of this industry that I've been in for 39 years this year. And then somebody told me that my friend, Bryan Danielson, had mentioned me on AEW Dynamite. And it piqued my interest because then I had to go and watch. And then I found out that my great friend here of 21 years, Bryan Danielson, was going to fight Jon Moxley. Now, some of you, probably a lot of you, because the time frame, it's 39 years since I first came here. So most of you, whether you know this or not, the only reason that you know me, probably from 20 years ago, if you're a fan, is because of this young man. Because every time his name was mentioned, whether it be on Ring of Honor or any other company around the world, my name got mentioned with him. And so it made a young group of wrestlers realize that as much of a rogue that I am, and that's when I get to you in a minute, because I'm riddled with it, you know that, Tony, riddled with it to the core. But as much of a rogue that I am, what I will do, if somebody wants to work hard, is make them a better professional wrestler. The first thing I will do, is which I did to this young man, is sit him down and tell him everything, not what to do. And that will save him 10 years of his career. This is the wrestler that I should have been. He is the perfect wrestler. And there was a time when we spent time together where we would train in the ring with a group of people, and then they would leave, and then he would stay with me, and we would stay from, I don't know, 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon until past midnight every single night for 5 months, and we learned. And that's when we really learned. And for the next whatever amount of years, I sent you to different places or mentioned you, or doesn't matter. You became everything that I could never be because you don't have the problems that I have. Then, 11 years ago, I met you. And for a whole year, the psychological and physical problems that we put upon each other would make the devil cry. So when I knew that you two were going to knock the stuffing out of each other on Sunday, I thought it was time to come along. And because you're men and you did it the right way in the ring, I thought I'd seen enough, and so I came out and I thought, what better could this younger generation of wrestlers have than the perfect combination? The perfect wrestler and the perfect and utter sadistic person that will take things to a completely other level. And so that's why this team is together. And just a warning to every single person that steps in the ring with them. You will not like the outcome. And you either will step up or you'll get stepped up.
Brian Pillman looking for the double sledge. Paradigm shift by Moxley.
Good night.
Yeah, that should just about do it. But they're not done.
Oh, no. Hammer and anvil elbows from Moxley, and Brian Pillman Jr. is getting his head kicked in.
Referee's got to be smart here. If these two young kids can't defend themselves, do the right thing.
Rear naked choke, and that's it.
Are your winners, the team of Bryan Danielson and Jon Moxley.
Wow,
Gentlemen, it's been a pleasure.
Impressive.
What a feast. What an incredible display.
The sheer and utter destruction by Bryan Danielson and Jon Moxley once again.
Hey, these two guys may already be the best tag team in the business.
Yeah, only, what, a couple of weeks in?
I'm a very, very lucky man. I'm very blessed. I've been fortunate enough to compete against the best in the world, and I've been fortunate enough to compete, to learn from the best in the world, but there's only one man whose opinion I ever cared about. His Lordship, William Regal. And the seal of approval from Lord William Regal is a mark of excellence. It's a badge of honor, and it wasn't easy to get. I earned it through pain and blood and torture and dislocated joints. So I wear that badge, that Blackpool badge of honor, with pride. Just like my friend, the perfect wrestler, the great American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. We were forged in combat. And it's like his lordship said a couple weeks ago, you want to get in the ring with us, you want to stand across from us, you better step up or get stepped on. But this message is for anybody who thinks they have what it takes to stand beside us. For anybody who thinks they have what it takes to ride with the three most sadistic individuals in this business. We ain't giving out no free passes. If you think you got what it takes to ride with us, you need to reach deep down into your soul and find that place where you love pain. If you want a badge of honor from the Blackpool Combat Club, there's only one way to get it. The hard way.
Oh, Yuta's nose.
That's the difference. You bite a man's nose off, he'll do exactly as you wish.
I would suggest you're correct on that one.
I know.
Wheeler Yuta.
Oh, these hard shots.
Trying to withstand this barrage.
And the irony of this is that.
And look at Yuta.
It could be the left leg or the right leg. This guy's ambidextrous.
Yuta clenching his jaw, telling Danielson to pour it on.
Oh, he will.
Oh, he baited Danielson in for the high roundhouse kick. Oh, Moxley's right there, and look at this, Yuta.
Wheeler Yuta's shining here.
Yuta, oh, Saito suplex. Yuta got planted, and now Danielson, the shoulder capture into the suplex. One,
the bridge.
Two, oh!
Wow, this Wheeler Yuta's got more guts and brains.
Danielson manipulates Yuta down to the mat, and he may be looking to kick Wheeler's head in.
Tag made. Mox will be coming in legally, as if it matters to him.
And remember, Chuck Taylor's neutralized on the outside. Moxley grabs the Bulldog choke, and Wheeler Yuta tapping it out.
Well, congratulations, Mr. Regal. Another
Here
victory.
are your winners, Bryan
Thank you, ladies
Danielson
and gentlemen.
and Jon Moxley.
Chuck Taylor and Wheeler Yuta, they took a beating here tonight, but still kept coming back time after time again.
And it's good to see Orange Cassidy here supporting his guys, even though his arm is in a sling. He'll be out for a while.
Oh, Yuta.
Hey, I like a brave kid, but you know, at some point you got to reevaluate, or you might create a failure to communicate scenario. Look at Regal. His eyes tell the story. Maybe Wheeler's looking for work.
Oh!
Wow.
Wheeler Yuta.
Before it gets too much for them. I know. I don't doubt that.
We are watching a war unfold between Bryan Danielson and Wheeler Yuta.
I was holding the microphone when Wheeler Yuta said, I don't want to be a best friend, I want to be the best wrestler I can be.
Look at these chops, the impact.
Right now.
The striking is overwhelming.
Oh, Yuta counters the uppercut, high step on the backslide.
I think we're seeing a star being made right now, guys.
Rolling elbow strike, Yuta.
See, he comes back.
Comes back. Rolling elbow once again. Yuta, German suplex. Nice bridge. 2, no. But he maintains the waist lock, does Yuta. Danielson, you can see, shaking out some of the cobwebs now. Danielson, the full Nelson Dragon suplex. 1, 2. Oh, Yuta able to kick out.
See, I saw that little technique by Yuta there. Did you see the way that he grabbed the back of Bryan's hand and pulled it away? That's why he was able to escape. This young man has a great knowledge far beyond his years. I'm very impressed with him.
Look at the chest. Look at Yuta's chest.
Danielson, those hammer and anvil elbow strikes to the side of the head.
Coloring, the blood rushing to the surface. The bruising will be there. The soreness that will be in place.
But you see, Yuta is fading.
Every strike, pinpoint accuracy on the side of the jaw there.
Now the underhooks, Danielson looking for the cattle mutilation. The bridge, Yuta anticipated it.
What a counter!
Yuta firing at elbows of his own.
He's got the counter, and he's got the offense. Wheeler Yuta looking for one of the biggest upsets in AEW history.
Oh, he turns the corner, he's looking for the seatbelt. He's got the legs hooked. 1, 2, no!
Man, I thought that was a 3 count. It was that close.
The fans are behind Wheeler Yuta now.
Yuta, oh no, Danielson counters, arm drags. Yuta over the top, swinging a miss by Wheeler Yuta. Psycho knee!
No expression changed. Cool, calm, collected in the face of intense.
We told the referee to check him. He did, and apparently Wheeler Yuta is still ready to go. Still in it.
Wheeler may be on the verge of getting his head kicked in.
We've seen this so many times.
Oh, the spit in the face.
God.
Oh, but Danielson is pouring it on.
How insulting.
How defiant.
And defiant, exactly.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, Danielson.
God-style pile driver. Executed flawlessly.
And we saw Moxley use the pile driver earlier. And now,
it's over, Ref. It's over, Ref. Come on.
And finally, the bell is called.
Well, that was a hell of a wrestling match. That was physicality. I love that.
Bryan Danielson.
Mr. Ross, Mr. Schiavone, man with the mask. I'm very, very impressed with young Yuta there. That is,
yeah, man.
To be able to withstand that much punishment and to keep coming, this beating is going to teach him a lot about this industry.
Yuta beats the count, but you see Moxley heaving for breath, Taz.
He sure is. He's got all of Yuta's blood all over his body.
Uh-oh. Backslide, 1, 2. And you notice Yuta got up on the tippy toes.
Go for a German, maybe.
Deadlift German.
Well done. He kept his grip, locked his fingers. Here we go.
Yuta maintains the waist lock. Rolling over, looking for the triple German suplex. Moxley anticipated it. Big back elbows.
Brutal elbows.
Oh, rolling elbow strike. Moxley hits the ropes. Went for that King Kong lariat. Yuta blocked it.
That was phenomenal. That was excellent by Wheeler Yuta. Man, oh man, this kid is rolling right now.
Oh wait, Yuta. Gripping the ankle, gripping the wrists of Moxley, and now kicking his head in.
We saw Danielson do this earlier. It's Page right out of Danielson's book. He's done that to Yuta a bunch.
And Yuta heading up top. He likes that flying splash. He hits it.
Gonna be a big upset here, buddy.
1, 2, no!
I love the tenacity. Stay
and
on
look
him.
at this, into the crossface.
Man, will Moxley tap here?
Yuta with the right arm of Moxley captured. And notice the technique by Yuta. He's covering the eyes of Jon Moxley so Moxley can't make it to the ropes.
And now he's shifted his grip a tad.
Moxley breaks free. Hooked in, no.
Great idea by Mox. It didn't work, but great job.
King Kong lariat. 1, 2, no!
Wow. Holy cow. This is a battle in our main event on Rampage. Look at the amount of blood lost on Yuta's head and face.
And Yuta just blinking those eyes, trying to get the blood out. And Jon Moxley, you can imagine the trash he is talking
he's talking
to
a bunch of trash, telling him, hey man, you are not going to survive this. That's probably what he's telling him. As you get into the guy's head psychologically while he's bleeding like a stuffed pig.
Whoa! But Yuta responding to all that trash talk, responding to this beating. Oh, but Moxley!
Oh God, that's hard to watch.
He got the cut.
He's biting the open wound. Moxley, he looks like he just...
Moxley, when he returned to action earlier this year, he said he drinks blood.
Look at this.
But Yuta, look at the traces of Yuta's fingertips on Moxley's spine.
Turnabout's fair play.
Yuta, the boot to the midsection, paradigm shift. 1, 2, oh my God!
Holy God, that was, wow, what a kick out. Moxley cannot believe it. That's a holy shit moment, dude.
Wheeler Yuta kicking out of the paradigm shift.
That bulldog choke, bro. He's going for that bulldog choke.
Moxley in the bulldog, center of the ring. Wheeler Yuta with nowhere to go. Can he survive this? Can he weather this storm?
Gotta be lightheaded, ex-cowboy. All that blood lost.
And Moxley cranking back even further.
He's losing so much blood. The more he gets that choke on him, the more blood comes out of that wound.
Yeah, it starts pumping out of the... But look, Yuta! Oh, Moxley broke the grip and now driving knee strikes.
Well, this is where Moxley goes to that next level of being a barbarian.
Left and right knees, Yuta on his feet. Moxley.
He's going to kick his head in. Ex-Cowboy's going to kick Yuta's head off. I'm telling you, he's going to kick his head off.
Jon Moxley coming in. Oh, Yuta. 1, 2, no. Moxley able to kick out. Yuta. Look at this bulldog by Yuta. And he's
got those hips to the sky.
He certainly does. But you see the crook of his elbow is actually on Moxley's jaw. It's not underneath.
Throat.
Yeah. And Moxley, I think that's the only thing that allowed Moxley to get to his feet.
He's still fighting. Rear naked now. He's pulling out everything in his toolbox, Yuta is.
The sleeper locked in. Oh, he went for the rear naked, Moxley.
Beautiful counter.
Rolls through, hammer and anvil elbows. Moxley brutalizing the jaw.
Just completely violent, vicious. Hey, that's how you win matches, dude. This young man, Yuta, is showing so much heart, you gotta beat his heart out of his body.
And Jon Moxley, the Regal knee. Yuta.
Paradigm here. Oh.
shift. High angle paradigm shift. 1, 2. Oh my God, Yuta kicks out again.
You gotta be kidding me now. He's mounting and Moxley is with that rear choke.
He's got his back now. Moxley with one hook in.
Oh, that is it.
And
Ultra
Yuta.
tight. This is done.
Yuta goes to sleep.
The winner of this match, Jon Moxley.
What a friggin' war.
Think about the first time we saw Yuta and Moxley wrestle. The second time, and now tonight.
And Moxley can't believe what happened. That was a battle. But what is Danielson and Regal?
Yuta went through hell here tonight, and now he's saying, bring it on.
He has zero. No, there's no fear at all in him here.
Wow. The ultimate gesture of respect for Wheeler Yuta.
Will Yuta shake that? Well, I guess he will. There you go.
William Regal extending the hand.
Well, he obviously earned the respect of William Regal, Danielson, and Mox.
Oh, my God. Stunner there by Moxley. And Moxley and Danielson notice that the Gun Club on the outside.
Watch it, Excalibur.
I would never, but Billy Gunn, what double clothesline.
There's the experience right there by Big Daddy Billy Gunn. Father knows best.
I'm going to have to tell these gentlemen that never take your eye off the prize.
Yeah,
that's a lesson that even Bryan Danielson and Jon Moxley need to learn.
And now is Wheeler Yuta outgunned.
This is what I want to see. Wheeler have to fight. Show us why we put him in the Blackpool Combat Club.
Oh! Billy Gunn just planted him.
That's it.
It's over.
No!
That's why we put him in the Blackpool Combat Club. And Adonis, like Billy Gunn, slams down Wheeler Yuta, and he still has the fortitude to kick out.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Sure, no, you're right.
I'm getting stumbling on my words.
No.
I'm so happy for the lad.
You're fired up because of the exuberance and the energy and the heart that Yuta showed.
And yes. Taz, remember, Wheeler Yuta is just about 1 week shy of losing 6-7 pints of blood.
Wait a minute.
Oh, wait, look at this. Yuta with the roll-up.
With the Okada roll-up back.
2, 3, Big Billy Gunn!
Thank you and good night, everyone.
Wow.
Combat Club.
That was impressive. Excellent job right there.
Yuta did it.
A tremendous leverage pin by Wheeler Yuta.
There's a lot of hometown heroes here tonight. I'm one of them, did you know that? I was born just down the road in Manhasset. But I moved away pretty damn quickly because this place is a dump. We did exactly what we said we were going to do. We systematically eliminated Santana, Ortiz, and that piece of trash, Eddie Kingston. They are gone. We win, they lose. So just stay at home, boys. Especially you, Kingston, because Jericho 216 says, I just burned your face! And besides, you gotta stay home and take care of your wife, man. You gotta make sure she feels better. And if she doesn't, just have her give me a call.
Because the story stays the same. Every time a pro wrestler steps in the ring with a sports entertainer, the sports entertainer wins every single time.
Like he said,
Well, I think we're going to hear from a pro wrestler. This is a wrestler, by God. A fighter. 100% man. Where is he? The look in Moxley's eyes says, I want to fight and preferably hurt someone.
And remember how close Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston are. You know that's got to be weighing on Moxley to see Kingston have that fireball thrown in his eyes, to be repeatedly put to this numbers disadvantage by the Jericho Appreciation Society.
Moxley, I'm going to give you one chance to turn around and go on another suspended sabbatical for another 3 months. Get the hell out of here now. There's only one of you, and there's 5 of us. Get the hell out of here now.
Well.
Speaking of numbers,
There's 2 more numbers.
3 more. Bryan Danielson, Wheeler Yuta, and Lord William Regal, the Blackpool Combat Club.
This is good. This is really good.
I'm digging
Still
this.
only 4 of you and 5 of us.
Listen to the chant in the arena here.
Wait a minute. Eddie Kingston,
Santana, and Ortiz, and now the Jericho Appreciation Society finds themselves outnumbered.
Well, funny how things can change in a heartbeat.
Nowhere to go.
Something's got to give here, folks.
And Kingston charges right at Jericho. This has been a long time coming for the Jericho Appreciation Society.
Kingston went for 1 man.
Look at Hager trying to pull Jericho to safety.
William Regal!
Whoa, right hand by Regal. His lordship went downtown.
And William Regal and Jericho have had some battles in the past. Could we be on the verge of another one?
Oh, I see. When you want to sing along, you're all excited. Meanwhile, last week, when we were attacked by this gang of thugs who outnumbered us almost 2 to 1, you were cheering for it. Then I started thinking, who could have put together this violent attack between all of these heathens? And of course, it's my old... Shut your mouth! Of course, the attack was orchestrated by my old friend, Mr. William Regal. It's been a while, Regal. It's good to see you because, quite frankly, I thought you'd be dead by now.
Whoa.
It's amazing, after all the abuse you put yourself through, that you still have a brain that works, sort of. I mean, talk about wasted potential. Right here, with all of your wrestling skills and your character, you could have been one of the greatest of all time, like Chris Jericho. You should have been a world-class champion 10 times over. Instead, you ended up as nothing more than a world-class addict.
Oh, come on now.
You've been fired from every company you ever worked for until you weaseled yourself into AEW on the coattails of your proteges. It's a royal flush of losers right here. No wonder Moxley and Regal get together and hang out so much. You're birds of a feather. Regal, here's my advice to you. Go home. Stay out of the Jericho Appreciation business, because if you don't, I'm gonna throw a fireball in your face because I'm a wizard. Or maybe I'll just take a piss in your tea again.
Chris, since 1997 when I first met you, I've had to listen to you with that whining, vile pathetic, trout-slapping voice of yours. And the only thing that could make me more sick to my stomach would be the screams from a burning orphanage. So please, be quiet. You may be right, and you've hit a few home truths there about my past. But there's one thing in the last 21 years that has kept me going through thick and thin. And that is that for every single time that I was on a show with you, and that's, as you know, you've got a book about it, hundreds and hundreds of times. Well, when I wasn't wrestling you, and even for my time here in AEW, whenever you were in the ring, I would go to your locker room and I would open your bag and I would take out your toiletry bag and unzip it very gently, take out your toothbrush and stick it right up my bottom.
Nah. You are disgusting. How could you ever do that to somebody? How could you ever do that?
Well, actually, Flower, I did it to yours last week.
Not enough toothpaste in the world.
All right. It's obvious here. I know what you want. I get it. Okay? You obviously want a fight, right? They want a fight. It just so happens, Double or Nothing, one of the greatest matches that me and Jake Hagar ever invented here in AEW. The ace of AEW, Chris Jericho. You want to fight? Double or Nothing is synonymous with one of the greatest matches ever created. We challenge you to the third ever stadium.
No. I ain't doing that shit. We are not getting sucked into your little sports entertainment vortex, all right? Stadium Stampede was a different time and a different place. And this situation, I think, calls for you all to get your asses kicked live and in living, violent color in front of an arena full of screaming fans. So here's what's gonna happen at Double or Nothing. It's gonna be you 5 douchebags versus us 5. Gang warfare, gang rules, anything goes. Glorious, violent madness in Las Vegas until you 5 are all bleeding like stuck pigs. You can call it whatever you want. You can call it anarchy in the arena. Call it pro wrestling versus sports entertainment. The beautiful, violent art, the sport we represent, the sport we love, versus a bunch of stupid bullshit.
It's said that the eyes are the window to the soul. But if you're a professional wrestler, it's the scars that actually tell the story of what your soul holds. Whether it be because of torture, because of punishment, because of conflict. Scars are the things that separate us from people who won't get into the ring and fight for a living. It's one thing to observe a tiger in a cage. It's another thing to take that step forward and to poke that tiger with a stick. But would you poke that tiger if there was no cage there? Would you even approach that tiger? It takes far more than the average person to even contemplate that, let alone do that. To face your worst nightmare, to face your fears, to face the fact that you may never be the same again. When you step into the world of the Blackpool Combat Club, this isn't playing at being a professional wrestler anymore. This is the world of being a professional wrestler. A world where pain is a constant, where torture is just done for fun, where inflicting as much punishment on your opponents as is possible is what we do. when people are trying to impress others with their incredible skills or their holds, we are dragging somebody down on the floor and making them feel like they're dying 1,000 deaths. We are taking people onto the mat and taking off their skin. We are sticking our elbows and our chins into parts of their bodies that they didn't know they could feel pain in. And not only feel pain, but start to scream in agony and cry and wish that they'd never taken up this profession. This is what you're doing when you face anyone in the Blackpool Combat Club. We will take you down, we will throw you, we will hit you. But every time we take you down or throw you or hit you, it will be harder, it will be more violent, it will be more punishing than anyone else you've ever faced. That is something that we revel in. If you gave 100 people a knife and told them to inflict punishment on the person that they hate the most in the world, 99% of those people would stab that person. The people in the Blackpool Combat Club wouldn't. We would cut you down the cheek, because being stabbed you'll forget about in 6 months. I prefer to think that all of us in the Blackpool Combat Club would get more pleasure out of knowing that every morning that you wake up, you're going to look in the mirror and you're going to remember us because of the scars we left on you.
Ladies and gentlemen, shit's about to hit the fan. This is Anarchy in the Arena!
Jericho on hands and knees crawling towards Jake Hager. Trying to put up a united front against Moxley and Danielson of the Blackpool Combat Club.
Man. Lay it in, boys. Beautiful. The art form of pro wrestling.
Jon Moxley likes to say beautiful pro wrestling violence.
Crazy.
Danielson, look, he's going to try to put Jericho to sleep.
Or submit him.
Hammer and anvil elbows by Moxley and Danielson.
It's taking him out.
Some violence, the aggression.
Danielson now looking for the lapel lock. He's trying to submit Jericho. And Hager's locked in the bulldog choke from Moxley.
Where's Eddie?
Whoa, Eddie. Eddie's got a can of gasoline.
What the hell is wrong with that man?
Well, we assume it's a can of gasoline. It's a can that gasoline is oftentimes.
It's got to be, because Jericho burned Eddie Kingston with that fireball, and Kingston said he's going to put Jericho in the ground.
Oh my God, he is out of his mind. He is up out of his mind. And he dumped it all over Danielson too.
Don't go psychotic on everybody. Look at.
Oh, Danielson and Kingston now breaking down between them. These two men loathe one another.
And Danielson's, he saved the man's ass. What he did.
He wanted to burn Jericho. He was looking for personal revenge. He wanted to burn him.
And Moxley trying to pull him apart, but Moxley pays the price. The chair from Jericho. And the chair across the spine of Danielson. Hager just. Oh, Hager! Oh, God! Into the barbed wire goes Moxley. Bring him closer. Can you let me go? Oh, Hager brings Danielson up.
Hager's such a difference maker.
Oh!
Can you believe Eddie Kingston made it so personal? He wanted to sit.
1, 2. No, Danielson kicks out.
Yes, he stayed with it.
Jericho looks fuzzy. And they're pieces of wrestling art. The kicks.
The kicks in the corner to Jake Hager.
Oh, he's kicked himself out that time.
Oh, you have to imagine blood loss may be an issue. Fatigue an issue for Danielson. Hager, wild swing and a miss. Danielson, Psycho knee!
Watch out!
And the knee that time with the chair, the assist, covering. 1, 2. Oh!
Jericho kicked out somehow, some way, but the intensity has not left the face of Danielson's artwork.
Well, couldn't have said it better myself.
The wrist captured it.
What's it go?
Hager the bat.
Right to the knee.
He's using Jericho's bat to hammer the knee of Danielson. And now Jericho, the walls of Jericho locked in.
What the hell?
And Jake Hager. Oh, and then Jericho switches a single leg crab. And look at this Hager. He's strangling Danielson.
Hang in there. Hang in there, Bryan Danielson.
Danielson needs some help. He needs somebody.
Hang in there.
How's this man sustaining?
He's out.
He went out. Danielson went out.
Bryan Danielson lost consciousness. The referee has stopped the match.
The Jericho Appreciation Society.
And Jericho and his crew march into Vegas, and they win one hell of a contest.
Hey, I'll fight all of you right now. Bryan's not talking to me. I haven't seen Mox in weeks. Monkey's talking to me. That's Ortiz. You know what? I don't care. I want to fight all of you right now. You know what? You know what? Mr. Regal, let them know where I want to fight them. Blood and guts.
What?
Sounds like blood and guts to me.
As he puts him in the sharpshooter now. Here we go. Look at this.
Garcia
Sit
turns
down.
over. The sharpshooter locked
in. That's an uber shooter right there. And look at Garcia. Oh, Moxley. Oh, no, he leaped too far back.
What a counter.
Moxley pulls him through with the choke. Oh, my God, he's going to...
Garcia countered it. This is the kind of competition that makes me proud to be in pro wrestling.
That you'll only see in AEW. Makes me proud to be a sports entertainer. What are you talking about? Remember, it was that Bulldog choke. That's how Moxley defeated Garcia in their first main event matchup. Plus, oh, my God! The table, that goes right over!
And we are in overtime. We are past the time, and we're sticking with it here on TBS.
Crowd is going crazy. I'm going crazy. Come on, Daddy. And Moxley, after splashing Garcia into the table.
Where is he going?
Where is he
Jericho
going now?
is bolting to the ring.
What?
Jon Moxley.
He's lost his mind.
And his hair.
He lost his hair.
Garcia rolls Moxley through all the Regal.
Eddie.
Oh, God, Eddie just paradigm shifting. Kingston going after Jericho and inside the ring, the Bulldog choke. Garcia goes out.
It's over.
Gentlemen, thank you and good night.
Jon Moxley.
Good God, what a show. What a program. What a night.
You are one hard guy to love. But goddamn it, you know I love it. You want blood and guts? Sign up, Jon Moxley. You got blood and guts.
Back of Moxley, now hammering him with strikes of his own. Remember, the winner of this match will advance to Forbidden Door to face the winner of Hiroki Goto or the ace of New Japan Pro Wrestling, Hiroshi Tanahashi.
Hard shots, hard kicks to the spine. A lot at stake, as we've heard over and over tonight. A lot at stake, ladies and gentlemen, for the winner of this match.
This is the kind of competition that makes me proud to be in pro wrestling.
Yeah, it makes me proud to be a part of AEW. This is not a match, it's a freaking struggle.
Brawl.
This is AEW. This is where we fight. Leave the entertainment elsewhere. This is what it's all about.
O'Reilly's eyes tell a story, fellas.
And Moxley transitions. He's looking for that Bulldog choke. He gets up. O'Reilly going out.
O'Reilly can't have much time left.
Oh, he changed directions here.
I think Moxley can feel O'Reilly fading.
He
could see him fading, so he's driving those knees into his temple.
Oh, the Regal
there we
knee!
go.
Moxley comes in, the charging Regal knee. The double underhook, the paradigm shift.
God, what impact. Perfect. Oh, what a wrestling match. We've been
There
witnessing.
is your winner, Jon Moxley.
Now goes the Forbidden Door, Excalibur.
Who will Jon Moxley face on Sunday, June 26th? Will it be Hiroki Goto? Will it be the ace of New Japan Pro Wrestling, Hiroshi Tanahashi?
Boy, what a wrestling match, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be treated to. Exactly, that's what I'm thinking.
Tanahashi has waited so long to share the ring with Jon Moxley.
I've been chasing you for a long, long time, my man. And now finally, here you are in all your glory, Hiroshi Tanahashi. I chased you across Japan on bullet trains. I chased you across the Pacific. New Japan strong, wrestling Kenta in an empty warehouse. All that time, all that work from day one with New Japan. It's always been about you, Tanahashi. Because there are a lot of championships in this business. There are a lot of belts, a lot of titles, a lot of tournaments, but there is only one man that they call Ace, and that's you. The man deserves his respect. He's an inspiration to generations. He's an inspiration to me. They call you Ace. You are the man they call Ace, but not for long. Because it is a fact. It is not a catchphrase when I tell you that right now I am the best professional wrestler on this planet. A lot of people are just pretending. I live it night in and night out. And there's a hell of a lot more on the line at Forbidden Door on June 26th than that AEW World Championship belt. There's a hell of a lot more on the line. Everything is on the line for me. Everything I've worked for 3 years. Everything I have blood, sweat, and tears given up for. Everything that I've tried to forge myself into for 3 years to become. It is all on the line. And for you, your busted neck, your busted knees, your life, your health, everything that you are is on the line because Tanahashi, I play for keeps. When the dust settles at Forbidden Door, Tanahashi-san, you are gonna call me Ace.
This week is a great week to be an AEW fan. This week is a great week to be a professional wrestling fan. Sunday, we've got Forbidden Door, an inter-promotional pay-per-view with the two best professional wrestling companies in the entire world. You are going to see some excellent professional wrestling. And then a week from today, on Dynamite, you get nearly the complete opposite with the bloody spectacle that is Blood and Guts. You see, and I was expecting to be a part of both of those events. Chris Jericho had paid the self-proclaimed best technical wrestler in the world, Zack Sabre Jr., to challenge me to a match. He claimed he was going to prove he was a better technical wrestler than Bryan Danielson. I was not only excited to prove that that was not true, but I was also gonna crush his trachea. I was excited to get into blood and guts so I could get revenge on Chris Jericho and his flaccid crew of cocksmen for what they did at Anarchy in the Arena. But unfortunately, I've got some good news and I've got some bad news. The bad news. Because of what Chris Jericho and Jake Hager did at Anarchy in the Arena, I am not cleared to compete. Either at Forbidden Door or at Blood and Guts. Lest anybody be concerned about my overall health, you can probably tell that my mind is working at full 100% capacity. I can jump into the ring, I can read 500 words a minute, I can run 2 miles, and I won't even break a sweat. So don't worry about me coming back. I broke my neck, separated my shoulder, detached my retina, and there's not a man in this world who can wrestle in this ring like I do right now. And that's not even the good news. That's not even the good news. Here's the good news. Eddie Kingston has gone on record to say that I'm a judgmental prick. Guess what? You're damn right I am. And because I'm a judgmental prick, I have really, really high standards. So you know that when I promise you something is going to be amazing, it is going to be amazing. I have found the one person I trust to take my place at Forbidden Door. The one person I trust to take my place at Blood and Guts. The one person I know in the entire world who will take it to Zack Sabre Jr. from a technical level and then go and kick Chris Jericho's head in at Blood and Guts. I have found that one person, and you are all going to be astounded by what he does in AEW. Don't you guys know I came out of the bad guy tunnel? I'm not gonna tell you. But do you know what? I'm not gonna tell Zack Sabre Jr. either. So tune in on Sunday and you're gonna see the greatest technical match of your lives. That's what I like to hear. Who's the best technical wrestler in the world?
Here we go. Who is it? Who is it?
Opponent, Claudio Castagnoli!
Those are hard round kicks. And a big
Interesting trend nowadays. The guys invite guys to bring your stuff. Show me what you got. Get me with your best shot here.
And you can see Claudio, that PK not just affecting the chest, but the arms as well, Taz.
Sure thing. That's how you can affect the bicep and shoulder, but he got caught. He got caught.
Oh! Cut and left arm lariat. Claudio falls into a pinning predicament. No!
Well, you said something important there, Excalibur. He fell into it, which was smart. He took what was there. Look at his counter. Oh, Zach.
Wait, European clutch coming up from Zach. 1, 2, go!
Beautiful way he bridged up to prevent himself from being pinned.
Claudio elevates the uppercut.
Nowhere to go.
Might be the beginning of the end.
God. What the follow through that clothesline was amazing.
Explosive.
Discus lariat. And Kevin.
Welcome to the AEW. Claudio.
Claudio Castagnoli.
I feel like we've been saying it. After every match. What an amazing match.
Yes.
But this show's been amazing. That was an amazing contest by two great wrestlers.
There he is, the former and perhaps future AEW World Champion.
Well, William Regal there.
All right, you ready, ladies and gentlemen? Let's get it on here. What a night. What a way to end it.
So many champions have walked through that tunnel. Moxley had that grip on, but Tanahashi launches on.
Corners are down. Look out here. My God, that was close.
That was close. Smart pushing up the turnbuckle. Tanahashi rolling through, trying to stack the man.
But Taz, the longer this match continues, the more blood that Moxley loses, the more fatigued he becomes.
Yeah, no, you're right. And these shots.
The match extended in favor of Tanahashi, obviously. Oh, what a knockout shot.
That's it. It's over.
Con lariat. No!
What? On one?
Holy, Moxley cannot believe he's bewildered. He's confused. He's dazed.
Bro, what a shot. He kicked out on one.
Hammer and anvil elbows.
Right back at it.
Moxley's been world champion in AEW before. He knows what it takes.
Paul Turner might have to think about a stoppage.
Yeah, because Tanahashi's not defending himself.
And the hooks are in. Tanahashi's fading.
He's choking him out.
He may have lost his consciousness.
Yeah, I think he's fixing to be choked out in about 3 seconds here.
Well, this could make headlines all over the world.
Yeah, if Turner called this one right now, nobody would blame him.
Hold on, he's fighting. He saw Tanahashi's hand.
16,000 plus are willing Tanahashi to stay alive.
This is amazing. What a contest. Uh-oh.
Death Rider! Moxley! 2, 3!
Got it! What a war! What a battle! What a match!
This match. And interim All Elite Wrestling World Champion, Jon Moxley!
Moxley busted open! But he never deviated from his course. One of the most epic battles for an AEW championship in company history. We just witnessed it.
The gold back on the shoulder of Jon Moxley.
Accompanied by William Regal, Wheeler, Yuta, and Claudio Castagnoli. And their partner, Jon Moxley.
My name is Moxley. You want to fight?
Jon Moxley, the interim AEW World Champion after he defeated New Japan Pro Wrestling Hiroshi Tanahashi this past Sunday night at Forbidden Door. Looking for a powerbomb on the cage, maybe even a pile driver.
I was thinking pile driver on that steel cage on a guy as big as Claudio.
Wait a second, but Eddie Kingston, he's got Jericho locked in the stretch plum. That's how he beat Jericho at Revolution.
And now looking for this.
Jericho's in big time trouble. Jericho's in big time trouble. He can't last much longer. He can't last much longer.
Jericho
chopping. The guy with the spooky eyes just tapped out. It wasn't Jericho.
Daddy Magic
doubt.
Here are your winners.
I know that. That's the guy with the goofy eyes.
Kingston and the Blackpool Combat Club.
Eddie thought he had Jericho beat, but then Claudio had Matt beat.
Man, what a
But they
match.
did it. Who cares? They won the match. That's what matters.
Unbelievable match.
Eddie Kingston is frustrated. He was denied the opportunity to humiliate Jericho. It's a Pyrrhic victory here in blood and guts for Eddie Kingston.
And once again, Claudio is a difference maker.
I'm not sure Eddie Kingston and Claudio Castagnoli can ever coexist, but they have to take a moment and appreciate what happened here tonight. They defeated Chris Jericho and his band of sports entertainers.
Guys, this was an epic war, a battle, and there are your winners.
Let me tell you one thing. Claudio is a Superman. He is extraordinary in every form of his craft. Business has picked up for a long time to come, in my view, here in AEW.
If you enjoyed this documentary, please consider supporting us on Patreon, where there are more documentaries and early access to them.